Hey Fever fans, it's Caitlin Clark. I can't wait to get to Indianapolis. I know you guys are excited, I am too. Go Fever!
She walked into the league with the weight of a generation on her shoulders. But after one brutal debut, the critics swarmed. Too hyped, too soft, not ready. And then Caitlin Clark did something that silenced every doubt. And honestly, the way she flipped the narrative in just one game, I still can't believe it. Because this wasn't just about basketball anymore. It was about proving a point to the league, the fans, and every doubter who thought the NCAA queen couldn't rule the pros.
And from Iowa City to the Circle City of Guards, 6 foot from the University of Iowa, 22, Caitlin Clark.
This was supposed to be her big night, May 14th, 2024. All eyes were locked on Caitlin Clark.
And now for real. Here we go, into the arms of Clark.
Not just fans of the Indiana Fever, but the entire sports world. Her WNBA debut was being streamed live on ESPN2. Twitter was exploding with hashtags, and the arena in Connecticut was packed like it was Game 7 of the finals. She was about to step onto the floor against the Connecticut Sun, one of the toughest, most defensively locked-in teams in the league. Veteran squad, physical, no nonsense. And they knew exactly who they were playing. They didn't come to welcome her to the WNBA. They came to test her. And man, they did.
Clark into the paint, hooks it up and off to the semifinals once again. Clark can't hit the from Sid. Clark brings it ahead. Wallace couldn't grab it. Edge tried to sneak it into Boston, was there.
From the first possession, Clark was smothered. Double teams, trap defense. She couldn't breathe. Every pass was contested. Every drive cut off. This wasn't Iowa anymore. The court looked smaller, the gaps tighter, the hits harder. By halftime, the scoreboard wasn't the only thing hurting. The expectations were. She had 6 points. She also had 6 turnovers. But here's the part almost no one talks about. It wasn't just her numbers. It was her face. You could see it in the third quarter. Her confidence was wobbling. The spacing was off. Her teammates weren't moving the way she was used to. And every mistake felt louder, more permanent. She finished with 20 points, which on paper sounds decent. But buried in that stat line were 10 turnovers. That's the most ever in a WNBA debut. A literal record. For the wrong reason. I remember watching it live, and the energy shifted online. People went from cheering her on to picking her apart. Overhyped. She's not ready. This ain't college anymore. And in the post-game presser, she sat there. Cool, but clearly disappointed. She didn't make excuses. No fake smiles, no blaming the refs. Just this quote. Disappointed, and nobody likes to lose, but you can't beat yourself up too much about one game.
Didn't have the greatest start, so I think just a lot to learn from. You know, it's the first one. There's going to be good ones, there's going to be bad ones. And, you know, like we said in the locker room, like we play on Thursday. You got to learn from it and move on and be ready to go.
Most rookies would have cracked under that spotlight. But Caitlin, she got quiet. She watched the film. She studied. And the next time she laced up, she reminded everyone exactly why she was the #1 pick. 3 weeks later, June 7th versus the Mystics, the moment everything flipped. The lights were bright, the stakes were rising, and the building absolutely packed. Over 20,000 fans, the biggest WNBA crowd in over 15 years, filled Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C., and nearly all of them had come to see Caitlin Clark.
You're a Mystics fan, but I see the Indiana shirt, so what are we doing here?
I like Caitlin Clark more.
She didn't disappoint. From the opening quarter, Caitlin was in rhythm. She started with a smooth finger roll layup, then moments later stepped into a 29-foot three-pointer, the kind of deep-range shot that made her a phenomenon at Iowa.
On the floor, Clark, the step back three just below the logo, drills it.
It was vintage Clark, but now on a WNBA floor, and she kept going. By the third quarter, she turned the volume up. At one point, she hit 2 threes in under 30 seconds, both with defenders closing out hard.
Down in that paint. So the best thing you can do as a defender is not give it to her.
Clark. Back-to-back triples for Caitlin Clark.
She finished the night with 30 points, tying her career high, 7 three-pointers made, tying the WNBA rookie single-game record, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals. And she did it while shooting 7 of 13 from beyond the arc and 8 of 15 overall from the field. Those weren't empty stats. They were the reason Indiana won, 85-83. Her impact wasn't just felt early, it was crucial down the stretch. And here's the kicker. She did it all while under pressure, in front of the loudest and largest crowd she'd ever faced as a pro. After the game, she kept it simple. It felt good to shoot the ball well. I felt like even my misses were right there.
I thought we set really good screens, and that's all my teammates. I thought they set really good screens for me tonight. I thought I did a little bit better job setting up screens and using them a little bit better. But I mean, once you see a couple go in, it's nice as a shooter. So then you get a little bit hot. And honestly, like the ones I missed tonight felt really good. A lot of them were back rim, and that's where you want to miss. So overall, it felt good. I thought we could have executed a little bit better offensively overall in the half court, but a lot of positives, and, a win's a win. That's the most important thing.
This wasn't a breakout. It was a confirmation. The skills, the firepower, the poise, it all translated. And in just her 5th professional game, Caitlin Clark reminded everyone exactly why she was the most anticipated rookie in years. She could take over a game, she could lead her team to a win, and she could do it under pressure. This was the night the narrative shifted, and it was only the beginning. Just over a month later, on July 10th, against the very same Mystics, Caitlin Clark made history. Not rookie history. League history. She became the first WNBA player ever, rookie or not, to post 25-plus points, 10-plus assists, 5-plus rebounds, 5-plus steals, and 5-plus three-pointers in a single game. Statisticians couldn't believe it. Coaches around the league took notice. And her own teammates, they weren't just looking at her as the new kid anymore. They were looking at her like a leader. It was one of those performances where you felt the shift happen in real time, where everyone, coaches, fans, even critics, had no choice but to say, all right, she's legit. From rock bottom to record breaking, in just a few games, she didn't let the moment define her. She rewrote the moment, and with that one performance, she earned something no stat can measure: respect from fans, from veterans, and from the game itself. But the most jaw-dropping part, this wasn't even her final form, because what she did after that game, that's where the history books start flipping pages. After that breakout performance, it was like something clicked. Caitlin Clark didn't just catch fire, she stayed on fire. And over the next few weeks, the box scores started looking less like rookie stats and more like MVP numbers. But it wasn't just the scoring, it was everything. She was rebounding like a guard possessed, reading lanes, picking off passes, running the floor, and then breaking down the defense with crossovers and passes that made defenders spin around like they were chasing shadows. People kept saying, she's a shooter. But by mid-season, it was obvious. She was the full package, and the numbers backed it up. By the All-Star break, Caitlin was averaging 19.2 points, 8.4 assists, and 5.7 rebounds per game. That's not just good for a rookie. That's historic. Then came the game where she dropped 19 assists in one night. 19. That wasn't just a personal best. It was a WNBA single-game record. No one had ever done it before. Not Sue Bird, not Diana Taurasi, no one.
Last night, Caitlin Clark put on a show. 24 points, 19 assists, and that's why I'm watching and I'm kind of laughing at the people who are trying to make this an argument or a discussion that Angel Reese is somehow the Rookie of the Year.
And then, game after game, the three-pointers just kept falling. She broke the record for the most three-pointers made in a rookie season, torching defenses with range that barely existed in the league before she showed up. But even that didn't fully capture what she was doing to the game, because records are one thing, history is another. Late in the season, it happened. Caitlin Clark recorded the first triple-double by a rookie in WNBA history. And it wasn't some quiet backdoor stat-padding game. It was on national television, against a playoff team in a high-pressure situation. And she did it with style.
The first half, but has picked up a triple-double here today and gets the and one.
Game after game, she kept showing up. She kept adjusting. She kept leading. And by the time the season wrapped up, there was no debate left. She wasn't just the most talked about player in the league, she was the WNBA Rookie of the Year, unanimous.
With Serena Williams, you were watching her.
Correct.
With Simone Biles, you were watching her. Caitlin Clark got you watching the league.